Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today, another episode in our wide world of food, roughly. What we're making today is French onion orzo with meatballs. So, if you're French out there and this offends you, my apologies.
Ah oui, monsieur. Oui.
All right, hey, let's get it going. The long leg of this is the meatballs. So I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit because it won't go to 400 Celsius.
Obviously.
And we're gonna get our meatball constituents together. So that is gonna be 1 pound of ground pork and 1 pound of ground beef into a bowl. Along with that is gonna go our Panko breadcrumbs. I'm not going to say any more amounts because I always screw it up, but don't worry, dear viewers, all of the ingredients, their amounts, and the directions are down below in the description section. Panko, minced garlic. You knew that had to be coming because hatch green chili really doesn't go with French food. Neither does chipotles. Fresh thyme, moo juice, shredded Gruyère cheese, and 2 extremely young, boneless, skinless chickens. We shall mix all of that together with our paws until it's homogeneous. Onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet. And I've got my badass Heston baking sheet here. If you like it, like almost everything we use, there will be a link down below in the comments section, or you can go to our Amazon storefront that shows most of our cooking equipment, our favorite ingredients, and all of my filming equipment. All right, so I'm going to now ball these up to about golf ball size meatballs. Then they're going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes. So we'll see you again when it's time to start prepping the French onion orzo part. We'll see you then. All right, just got the meatballs out of the oven, letting them cool now. During that time, I did some prep, and now we're gonna put that prep to use. So, I got my biggest cast iron skillet here. It's a Lodge 13-inch or 10.2, I don't know. It's a big Lodge skillet. Link down below if you want one. Anyway, in that, I'm gonna melt my butter. Oh, and full disclosure, dear viewers, I'm having a rough day. I didn't realize till I turned the cameras off that I forgot to add the W sauce, salt and pepper, and vampire killer to my meatballs. Got them in there, they're fine now. Just follow the recipe. Don't do what I do what I write.
If you say so.
All right, the butter's well on its way to melting, so when those meatballs were cooking, I took 3 Vidalia onions and cut them just as thinly as I could in little half rings here. All of that's going to go in there. So this is French onion orzo. So we want to end up with a very carameled, candied kind of onion at the end. So this is going to cook for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to give it a good stir every 30 minutes and make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. If I'm starting to get some stickage...
What? What are you saying?
Then I'm going to add a little bit of water, make sure I scrape that bottom real well. Okay, the onions are in. With that goes 1 teaspoon of the remaining tablespoon of fresh thyme, and then a good healthy pinch of salt and pepper. You certainly do not need to see me stir onions for 30 minutes, so we'll see you back when it's time to do the next step. See you then. All right, we're nearing the end of the 30 minutes. The meatballs are looking gorgeous. I never did have to add water. And then I thought about it. We're about to add some white wine to it. So instead of adding water in there to moisten?
You don't say.
It up a little bit, just add a little bit of wine. Heck. All right, so now we're gonna go in with some flour. We're gonna stir that in and cook it just for about a minute or 2. All right, you'll notice that built up some fond on the bottom of your pot. So now goes in the white wine and we're gonna scrape that bottom real well. Oh, if you could smell what the meat is cooking. Once you're happy with the scraping, In goes the beef stock. And another tablespoon or another teaspoon of your fresh thyme. And a little pinch of salt and pepper. We'll get that mixed up and bring it to a simmer. All right, once that has came to a simmer, now goes in your orzo. I haven't cooked with orzo before, so this is a little different for me. Maybe it is for you too. We're not just gonna leave it alone for 10 to 12 minutes. We're gonna stir it every couple of minutes, making sure our orzo isn't sticking to the bottom of the pan. If it's sticking to your bottom, you have made some horrible mistake.
Logical.
And you probably need to consider your life choices.
Precisely.
So that's what I'm up to for the next 12 minutes. We'll see ya when it's time for the next step. All right, the orzo is done cooking. Now, some of the finishing steps. There's one finishing step, but this is a finishing step. If that makes sense to you?
No.
I like ya. All right, so now I'm gonna nestle in my cheesy meatballs into this mixture. Trying to be somewhat artistic as I do it. Meatballs nestled. Now we're going to top all of that with Gruyère cheese. And as I do this, my oven is preheating on broil low. You can see where we're going, can't you? Can't you? All right. Now if I remember right, the recipe says 2/3 of a cup of Gruyère. You know, once again, cheese like garlic is measured with your heart. So you do you. This is certainly more than 2/3 of a cup. Because I know, since my family likes me, they like cheesy. All right, this is going into the oven for about 5 minutes or so until that cheese is good and melted and a little browned on top. So we'll see you back for the very final step and some judgment from Charlotte. All right, it's out of the oven. It's looking gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, let's bring in our judge, Charlotte. All right. The skillet is very hot.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah, do not lick it. As she's letting this cool, if you can't get enough of us, and I don't know how they could, check out our Patreon page. Exclusive content for paid members there. We love our patrons.
You know, I was expecting this to be more set up like a casserole, but it's actually like a soup.
Yeah, a soup with some pasta in it. Now we'll see if it tastes worth a damn. That's what's important.
Okay, I gotta make this small so that I don't burn my face off. Oh, the meatball's tasty.
All right. Check on the meatballs.
Even though you forgot a few things, it's very tasty.
Yeah, yeah. Now, this is my first time cooking orzo.
Yeah, it's like you said, like French onion soup with some orzo pasta in it. It's
All
very
right.
good.
There you go. Hey, definitely a winner. Took a little bit of time, but the prep was easy. I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. And until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.